So, guys, it is time for our weekly segments. Of course, of
Hmm.
course, of course. We've already addressed the comment corner, but continue to email us. Continue to tell us we're beautiful in the comments of our TikToks.
Continue to give us ideas.
Exactly. What I will address first is our jump scare of the week. So that is
Yeah.
anything scary, terrifying, bad, not so great. That happened to Quinn or I this week, and something that we have to share with you to make light of it. So Quinn, I'm dying to know, what was your jump scare this week?
This might be a little dark for like the name of like jump scare, but
Okay.
hopefully not. I think it's like funny now. But so I went to New Jersey this weekend. I know.
Okay.
That's not the jump scare, guys.
Okay.
Hold on.
Wow.
I know the crowd's going crazy already. Um, but I went to Sea Isle City, which I talked about a couple times here because my friend
Hmm.
lives there, and it was her birthday, and she was like, "Oh, we're going down for the weekend if you want to come." And I was like, "Oh, sure." Wig, have literally nothing going on, so yeah.
Sure.
So I went down to Sea Isle City for St. Patrick's Day,
Oh,
and so it was not bumping at all. Like it was crazy
oh,
actually. But it was
fascinating.
still fun because we were with our friends. So we went out. So my friend's birthday was on a Sunday. So like Saturday night was like, oh, we're like going out like into her birthday and like all that. And so we go to this one place. I went with her a couple times and we walk in, baby, dead on arrival.
Oh,
Like
that's
so like
tough.
it's like 10 o'clock on a Saturday night and it's like a respectable crowd of adults like sitting around a bar maybe like just having a couple
Oh,
drinks, like fully that
damn.
vibe, but like not at
Damn.
all like. And I've been to
Yeah.
this venue and it's like a full party and it's like club and like all that kind of stuff, but like it was just not that vibe tonight.
Got you.
But, like me and my friends were like, okay, we're still out, like let's still have a good time. There was still a DJ, and so we were like, okay, let's like dance a little bit. So we were
Hmm.
dancing, and then there's this one woman who was also dancing, and we started, and she was like, okay, we started, and like at first I was like, okay, this is kind of an icon, like she's like dancing, she's having a good time.
Sure.
She's a woman of a certain age, just say that.
Okay. Okay.
And so we're just having a good time. She like starts noticing my friend like Mara, and she starts dancing with her, who it was her birthday. And then she like me and Mara's sister Bridget were like kind of dancing together, and so like that was like our thing.
Hmm.
And so then she like sees Bridget, and then she like starts to dance with me a little bit. And so and I'm like, okay, this is fun, we're having fun here, it's
Hmm.
fun. And then she starts to like grind up on me basically. Like,
Oh, goodness.
yeah, and like I'm I don't know how to say it, but like I'm the like grinder and she's like the woman being grinded upon. Or I don't know how do I say it. It was like I was
Wait,
fucking her. Let's just say it. Let's just say it.
okay.
That
Okay.
was
She's
the
grinding on you.
yeah, she's grinding on me.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, I'll let her get her kicks. This is kind of funny. Like we're having fun. I just assume everybody's having fun. And
Yeah.
I'm assuming that she knows I'm queer as a $3 bill, like just by looking at me. Like,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
but I
Uh-huh.
was, guys, it might be my fault because I was just wearing like a t-shirt and jeans. So like it might be my fault actually. But anyway,
And you've never done that before.
no, I've never done that
Babe,
before
are you
actually.
feeling okay? Oh my
Falling.
God.
Um, no, I was just really hot the night before.
Oh.
And so I decided like not to wear anything anyway. And but I was really wearing that little rainbow Pittsburgh. It said Pittsburgh in like rainbow print on it,
Hmm.
and my little rainbow belt I wear with everything. Anyway, so there
Maybe
were
she
hints,
wasn't
but
noticing
anyway,
details. Yeah.
yeah, she might have been a little.
Right,
But anyway,
right.
and so then it's like, okay, so we're having a good time. It's like ha ha ha, kiki. And then suddenly I'm grinding up on her, but not because like I wanted that, but because she just gets like behind me.
Okay.
And so I'm like, okay, okay, work.
Sure.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
fine. We're fine. We're
She
doing
got a
okay.
rock stomp.
And then she starts saying to my friend Bridget, she's like, oh, he's so sexy.
Oh my dear
And
goodness.
I was like, thank you, man, for the compliment. But I'm like, I can already see where this is going a little bit. And so
Right.
she had been like grinding up on me, and I would like give her a second, and then I would try to like diffuse a little bit.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Um, and then so one time I'm like grinded up upon her,
Uh-huh.
so she's behind me.
Of course.
What does she do? Reach around and touch my neck.
Right.
She literally went like right for the neck.
Was she tall?
No, she was maybe up to my shoulders.
Oh boy.
She's like
Quite the
maybe,
reach
but she
around.
like reached for my neck, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Like, let's not do all
Excuse
that."
me, ma'am?
And then she started to, and then I felt her wrap her hands around my midsection, like, and I
Oh
was like,
goodness.
"Oh, okay." And then I like grab her hands and like physically like place them off of me, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay." We're done with that. And she like wouldn't leave me alone. Like she like did
Oh,
not get that I did not want this to continue the way it was
right.
going. And like I was like
Uh,
I was a little bit assaulted.
that's definitely a bummer.
I was harassed just a bit in a Jersey Shore bar.
Right. Of course.
And
Typical.
so yeah.
That honestly sucks.
Yeah, maybe a little serious for jump scare of the week, but it was a little bit it was a little bit better than some other things I not like better than no, it's not like bad things have been happening, and that was like the best I could share. But anyway, that was a little guys, just don't touch each other ever. Don't touch other people.
Don't ever
Don't
touch
you
me.
ever. But it was fine. It's 3 days after, and I'm like not scarred. But
Good.
you never know who could be. So just keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
Unless you're Selena Gomez and you're singing a cunty ass song.
I mean, I could, but why would I want to?
She was so true for that. Wait, what
Literally,
was
she
the
had a point.
gonna let the stars in the earth, you make it love to each
Each
other.
other, I try. Yeah.
Um so yeah, that
Hmm.
was me at the Jersey Shore. But anyway, Becca, what is your jump scare this week?
Okay. So, there was a recent shift in my workplace.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
The
it was
vibes have shifted.
yes, there was a major shift. We did lose a manager, and then we lost another manager temporarily. So the girls the girls are in shambles, you could
It's giving
say.
below deck.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, and we've got a Captain Sandy on our hands, like kind of erratic. So it's a little bit crazy at the moment.
Uh-huh.
And so, that's just been making things a little stressful, but um I've been seeing 555s like everywhere. And I was talking to a girl at work and she was like, "Oh my God. Like that is the angel number of like extreme change." So
My
like she
goodness.
was like, "Life always gets crazy when you see the 555s." And I was like, "I've never seen the 555s before. Like not my angel number.
Mm-hmm.
Not my angel number."
But you can't reject her like that.
Exactly, because she's telling me the truth and I
You
need
can
to listen at
run.
some point. Mm-mm-mm. So basically, the jump scare is there is already some change, but I'm more so sitting in anxiety about this major change. So, I guess like jump scare dot dot dot.
So it,
Um,
so it, so it.
like ellipses vibes because I'll have to let you know, um, about like I don't know. I just feel like there is something impending, but it's
Mm-hmm.
just like what's it gonna be? So
Doom.
we're kind of on the you're in grave danger vibes. No, but it's
You in
like
danger, girl.
it's just I mean, change can be a beautiful thing, but it's like it's crazy because it's always like it always, ups and downs,
Yeah, it's
highs
a
and
beautiful but a
lows.
scary thing.
Exactly.
I wrote a whole
So,
thing about it this weekend because I was watching March Madness.
mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
no, exactly. And I was like genuinely like enjoying myself like watching the game. Like I was like, "Oh my God, like this is fun to watch. I'm having a good
Wow.
time." And I was
Wow.
like, if I could talk to 5-year-old Quinn, who like hated everything about sports, and
Mm-hmm.
like tell them that one day they would like come to not hate it maybe, and like that they wouldn't be such like a picky eater in the future. And like that's another thing
Wow.
I think about because I was that kid who like ate like chicken fingers and French fries at like every
Oh,
restaurant.
funny.
And like now I'm like, okay, I'll try anything. And I'm like I'd say I'm a pretty adventurous eater now. And like
Mm-hmm.
I like a bunch of different stuff. I can make myself a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
Especially when you know some people like don't grow out of the picky eating phase. And it's like
Oh my God,
the
literally.
older you grow and the longer you're a picky eater, it's getting
More
weird. It's
embarrassing.
getting
Yeah.
weird.
It's getting
Um,
creepy, freakish.
yeah. But those are nice. Like those are things I'm happy that have changed, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And so change doesn't always have to be this like negative thing, but it's like, it is a
No.
scary thing.
Yeah.
Um,
I can't deny that. So I've cited it as this jump scare and I will look back to it always.
yeah.
When I find out what the change will be. So Quinn, this takes us to then our manic pixie moments. So this is something slay, something
Mm-hmm.
bright-sided. We're
Right.
choosing to look at the love and light in life in
Uh-huh.
this. And so I urge you to find that in your life this week. What was that for you?
Mine's reaching back a little bit further than this specific week, but
Sure.
since last time we recorded, so obviously I was on spring break. And
Yes.
so a resort, these people work really hard to make sure you are entertained.
Mm,
And they
mm-hmm.
have to do that because they realize that like after a certain amount of time, it's like you can't just sit at the pool forever and like you have to have little like activities and stuff. And so there would be
Right.
like pool aerobics, there would be like volleyball, like me and my friends were playing water volleyball. Oh my God. Me and my friends like carrying on at water volleyball with all the other poor guests. We were making all these dumb jokes. We were having the most clinically online conversations at some point. We were like, "Oh my God, you're representing the
Oh.
Ozempic games for Flop Tropica right now." Like,
They they didn't understand what you were saying, the
yeah,
other guests.
all
I
the old people
100%
being
know
like,
that.
"What?" Anyway, and so, but
Ocean protected it.
at night it's hard because you don't have like the pool and you don't have like the ocean to like entertain people. And
Mm-hmm.
so there were like shows some nights, but one night there's karaoke.
Yeah.
And so of course our group had to show out. So my friend Tegan was very early in the night. He did Stop by the Spice Girls. Very good performance.
Nice.
Maddie, my friend Maddie did New York, New York. And we wouldn't just get up there and like sing and like look at the screen or whatever. No. We were working the room. Like you had to work like it was a big ass room we were in. It was like the bar area, but there were at
Oh
least like
yeah.
100 people from the resort like in there. And then of course, I have the note on my phone called karaoke songs I would body.
Right, of
And
course.
so I'm consulting that and I'm like, huh, what should I do for a night? What would get the crowd going? And I said,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I actually know. Oh, I actually know. And so what do I decide to sing for karaoke? But Believe by Cher.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And what
Oh
had I
my
had before
God.
I did that? A lot of alcohol too. So
Hell yeah.
I was
A
a little, not that
well-informed
yeah. So
decision.
I was a little like, I was a little tipsy. And then my song comes on. And girl, when I tell you I gave. I was
I
working the
believe
room. I was
you.
squatting down next to people,
I
singing parts of the
believe.
song to them. I was walking around. I was directing parts of the song to people. I was coming up with full storylines about like why I
Oh
was mad
wow.
at people, but why I was like okay to move on with my life. And yeah, the fame just followed because literally we did that performance and then everybody, like the whole rest of the time we were there, people kept coming up to us and being like, "We really enjoyed your performance at karaoke the other night. You guys were really something." And it was
Oh my
like,
God.
I was like,
Obsessed with
celebrity.
that. We're
Yeah.
crazy.
We also had this thing on spring break where like everybody had like a night, and by a night we meant that they got the drunkest.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And karaoke was my night.
Is that the night you fell asleep to that?
Oh yeah. I forgot about this. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
of
reminding me.
course.
So I got very drunk. And so there wasn't much to do. So like by the time it was like midnight, it was kind of wrapping up. And so but I was like drunk because we met people and we were taking shots, and I just felt it all come at once, and I was like,
Oh,
guys,
I gotta put
I guess
myself to
it's time to
bed.
go. I think it's time to go. And I'm like not that person, but I was like, no, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Like I was like, and so I was like, good night, everybody. It's been lovely. And I stumble myself up to my room
Oh
and
boy.
tear off all my clothes and get in
Yeah.
bed. But what do I have but the spins?
Oh.
And so I'm like, okay, so I can't go to bed. And so I'm like, I need to watch something a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so what do I look up but Below Deck?
Of course.
I'm like, oh, let me go on YouTube, find something Below Deck to watch. And so I was watching Below Deck Med's Greatest Chef Meltdowns,
Meltdowns.
part two.
Yeah.
And something about it put me fast to sleep. And then Corey, my friend Corey, who I was sharing a room with, came in and took a picture of me beside the phone. Like
With the video
he picked up
playing.
my phone and like flipped it over to show the video that was playing, and it is an image of me that will live in infamy.
Exactly.
I've been making
Like,
little playlists for each month, and the March playlist, the cover is that photo. So it's on
yeah,
Spotify. If you guys find
of
my
course.
Spotify,
Of course.
you can see the photo.
No, like I want to edit like things onto the phone of like what you were watching, you
Oh my God,
know?
please do your
It's
worst.
it's my new, where the guy's laying in the bed and he has the phone out and the AirPods up his nose.
And it's like music.
It's
You put different music on there.
Yeah, it's like that new one for me. The
Mm,
template. There's so much to
yeah,
go. Only up from here.
yeah.
Only up.
Yeah, that was my night. I did have one other night, I feel.
Ooh.
Some of us have multiple nights.
It's spring break. It's
It's
fine.
spring break. But yeah. But Becca, what is your manic pixie moment?
So, I did allude to this, but
Uh-huh.
I'm proud to officially announce I have just saved myself $200,000 by being rejected from NYU.
Oh my God. And it's official. And it's official.
It's official. I'm so proud.
Two NYU rejects are now the host of this podcast.
No, no, like this is my impression of NYU rejecting me for the second time. Oops, I did
Did
it
it
again.
again.
Like they're crazy for that.
Ah,
But I
I'm
truly
sorry.
believe. Oh, don't be sorry. It's okay.
Okay, work.
I realized this was a large possibility
Uh-huh.
when I applied. And again, I am saving a lot of money not going,
Hmm.
but it's just weird that happened twice, right? I'm like, I don't want
What's
to be a bitch,
the
but you guys are kind of boring.
what's the Phineas and Ferb quote where it's like, um, if I had a nickel for
For
every
every
time
time
this
this happened,
happened,
I would have
um, I'd have two nickels, which isn't a
Nicholas
lot, but it's kind of weird that it happened twice, right?
twice, right? Exactly. That's how
I
I
mean,
feel.
yeah. I don't know. The fact that they rejected both of us, lack
They
of taste.
obviously, yeah.
No, and
So it
even
seems
more for
like,
me for acting, because like I was an 18-year-old applying to be like an acting student there, like whatever, like who cares? But like the fact that you were rejected for costume design, which is something I know you're so good at, I have ocular proof that you're so good at,
oh,
like
thanks, girl. It's okay. It's okay.
they're
Uh,
lost.
they're crazy with it. Um, but yeah, so guys, it's not my journey.
It's
It's
just
not my journey.
not my journey.
It's not what the universe wants for me. I truly believe that because
Hmm.
I've gotten so many signs like when that happened. And you know how many times I said during COVID, I'm so glad I don't go to NYU right now.
Hmm. I said that
But
same thing. I'm
hey,
like,
I
I think
thank the Lord
I think the
above.
Lord every time. Like I think
Hmm.
about the fact that I could be like at, or like I could have gone to NYU and like put myself in so much debt.
Yes. Yeah. So, guys, I just needed to be proven wrong again so that
Yeah,
I can be proven right in the future.
yeah.
And
So
that's
shout
what
out to
this
y'all that are
was.
on that journey, but
Yeah.
maybe it's just not for me and Becca.
No, 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 no,
I haven't
no.
entered my grad school application era, but
Your day will come.
my day will come. I will have my day in
Hmm.
the sun.
Trist.
Literally.
But we must celebrate. We're looking at
Literally.
the light.
You just saved a lot of money. It's like, okay, work.
I saved $200,000, guys.
It's
Like
really
that's
that much.
oh yeah.
That's crazy.
It's actually a little more.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Why is that allowed?
No, no, it shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't be.
That would have been seriously dangerous if I would have gone there.
I know. Dangerous to my
Uh,
lifestyle.
yeah, because I don't have that much money actually.
But who needs it?
Uh, get a load of that,
You
guys.
know. Anyway, so that's the Manic Pixie moment that you didn't get it. That is
Yes.
Manic Pixie in a way. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so have you Adam? No. Manic Pixie Dream Girls don't go to NYU.
No. Isn't that where isn't that where she went Ladybird though?
She went to Columbia.
Oh.
Now
Same kind
that's
of
where you meet
idea.
him. That's where you meet a Manic Pixie Dream Girl, though.
Same kind of idea though. The Manic Pixie
LOL.
Dream Girl didn't get into NYU, but somehow got into
I got
Columbia.
into Columbia.
Like you're like, oh, so how did that work exactly?
It's the true gag, yeah.
Yeah.
So dot dot dot.
Well, can't believe NYU will not have this podcast to count as things that alumni are making out in the world. But
Yeah, it will not be
again,
listed.
it's just their loss.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's our show this week. So, Becca,
Hmm.
where can people follow you if they're so
Well,
inclined?
yeah. Thanks for asking. They can follow me on Instagram at Becca Hobart, Twitter and Spotify, Bex Gloss, and TikTok where y'all going during World War III. They can also find me not at the freaking debt collector's office. Because, babe, I don't have to worry about that. Ew.
You
Quinn, where can the people keep up with you individually if they're so inclined?
can find me at Quinn P. Murphy on both Instagram and TikTok, and you can find me at Quinn P. Murphy _ on Twitter. And you can also find me eating some more of my carbonara I made right before this podcast episode because
Oh,
it's not amazing.
okay.
But first of all, I couldn't find guanciale, which is the meat that you're supposed to make it with. So I had to use like bacon bits.
Oh,
Um, but
okay.
it's kind of bussin'. Like it's bussin'. Like I'm like, okay, this is kind of in the neighborhood of carbonara, but it's the first time I made the recipe. Like, damn, like it doesn't have to be perfect.
Shouts out.
Yeah, so
Good job.
Becca, where can people follow the show if they want to do that as well?
Yes, they can follow at Manic Pixie Jump Scare on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube, where we pardon me, post the podcast at length, guys, and also exclusive content over there. You don't want to be missing that. There's also room to comment there. You can also, of course, email in at manicpixiejumpscare@gmail.com. We're always reading your emails, scouring the web for anything you have to say. And
Yes.
yeah, we love you guys.
Yes.
We're
We're
Quinn
Quinn.
and we're
And we're Becca.
Rebecca. And
And
meow,
thank you
meow.
for listening. Manic Pixie Jump Scare is hosted by Quinn Murphy
and Becca Hobart. Executive produced by Quinn Murphy and Becca Hobart.
Sound and video editing by Quinn Murphy.
Social media management and highlights by Becca Hobart.
And our theme song was written by Quinn Murphy, Becca Hobart, and Nandita Mahesh.